Good morning, YouTube! That's it? That's all you get? Hello.
It's one of those mornings.
Well, once again, day 3, same as before. Robert is still having sugar withdrawals. Sugar. What were your symptoms yesterday at the end of the day?
Oh, I just ached all over. All of my previous injuries were achy.
I'm not in love with the way this is probably just more pumps. But you thought you had some other.
Well, I've got my wrist issue, but I don't think that has anything to do with my food.
No, I think you're right. He does have a very hand manual job, so he has a little bit of carpal tunnel on his wrist right now. But I will tell you that it can be affected by food.
Yes.
Because I've had many carpal tunnel times, and I haven't had any since we started keto.
Yeah. It may have been a contributing factor.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that over time that will go away, hopefully. Yeah, like a permanent issue.
Yeah.
I wonder how, do any of you guys have carpal tunnel? Is that something that could be adjusted with your food? I mean, I'm not trying to point fingers, but I know that the people that I've known that have had major carpal tunnel issues have all had bad food habits. So yeah. I just am curious about that.
Interesting correlation.
Right? I mean, because it's inflammation in your joint any way you look at it.
Yeah. That it is.
So, just another mini wonderful news.
Way to really make me feel good about my choices, baby.
I know, right? Sorry that you had to be the guinea pig for all of us. I was telling Robert and I had been talking about my teeth because I told you guys when we started Carnivore that one of the things that I wanted to do is see if I could improve the condition of my teeth. And yesterday he had told me that I should start doing research and just stay on top of it so that I can be in the cutting edge when people start to grow back teeth. Medically, I guess is the right word.
Yeah.
So I watched some videos last night, and I watched the author of Cure Teeth Decay, and he's a very dry kind of guy, but he knows his stuff. And the two main causes of tooth decay and also the removers of tooth decay is sugar and like bread starches. So I don't know how.
Simple carbohydrates.
Yeah. So, and they've talked about when they go into the what are the people that live out in the jungle? It starts with an A. I keep wanting to say androgynous, and I'm pretty sure that's indigenous. Woo! I knew it wasn't androgynous. Okay, the indigenous, like Indians and the Aborigines. I think also I was thinking of Aborigines. They had like almost immune to teeth decay because they didn't have any of these things.
No sugars, no grains.
Right. And so yes, obviously carbs were not an issue because they had some sugars because they had honey.
Yeah. But
honey never caused tooth decay in these people ever. I think that in the research that the man did, and it's not somebody. I think it's Weston Price, I think is his name. He did all the research with the androgynous people, the Aborigines, and found that the percentage of people that actually even had any kind of tooth decay was 1 in 50. I mean, like honey, you're okay. That's the thing that's happening. Like 1 in 50 of all of the people there. Most of them had perfect teeth, no issues whatsoever. And then they introduced agriculture into their diet.
South fast.
And yes, hardcore. And yeah, some of it was the sweets, and some of it was, the
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, but some of it literally was just inviting that grain in. And what the author said, and I keep having to call him the author because his name is a mouthful. He said that what happens is those grains interact with the plaque on your teeth and start tooth decay right then. Yeah, it was super interesting, and it was one of those conversations that I really hope stays life-changing, because it was pretty life-changing when I watched it last night. And I was like, okay, why ever eat that again if all it's going to do is destroy my teeth?
And as far as honey's concerned, the more I think about it, the more I think that Cindy's right.
What?
It's an animal product.
It is an animal product. I'm almost to that point. And he even mentioned the fact that any kind of sugars, including all of the stevia extract, the erythritol, all of those, are still sugars.
Yeah.
And they still interact with your teeth. They may not interact with your insulin, but they still interact with your teeth. I found that very interesting. That
is a very interesting thought, because that...
I will link the video below. I'm going to make myself a note right now. So.
Yeah, because that's...
It's very long. It's 45 minutes long. You have to be super interested in your teeth to be willing to watch this video. I'm telling you that right now. It was long.
And dry.
But it had a lot of information. Well, it wasn't that it was dry. It was, he is not a speaker at all. And so he's giving you the information in his abilities, and he knows his information, but he's not eloquent. He's not like flashy. He's very monotone, but the man knows his stuff. I mean, it is what it is, you know? So, I will definitely link that below if anybody's
I've never met anybody who's truly excited about teeth.
I am very excited about teeth. I'm excited about having teeth that don't make me unexcited to have teeth. I actually, because I wanted a record, and y'all will never see this. This is not something I'm going to be transparent with. I took a video of my teeth last night.
Oh, wow.
And I had like the phone in my mouth, getting all the way to the back on the top and on the bottom, because I wanted a record of where they are now. Right, exactly. And what my grain and sweets teeth look like.
Yeah.
And just to see if a year or two on no grain and no sugar, and I'm not even going to go say a year on keto, because that's not even what I wanted to. I heard somebody talk about it yesterday. I don't want to be that person that's like, well, I'm keto, for life. Keto for life. Keto for life. Let me get a tattoo. I want to be, what is the very best nutrition for my body in all its wonder and glory.
So an adaptable process.
Yes, very much so.
I follow. I'm so anti-rules.
Yeah.
And so I have a hard time with anything that puts always or never on something, because then I'll do it just to get outside the rules.
Yeah.
And so I do a little bit of dirty everything,
Yeah, you're definitely dirty keto, dirty carnivore. Yeah.
So.
And I'm good with that.
Yep. If it works.
But for me, after watching the stuff that I watched on sugar.
It's one drug you'll stay away from?
I really feel like that I will. I want to. I've never wanted to as bad as I do right now.
Oh, wow.
Because
that's impressive.
I know what my teeth look like. And I don't know that I can ever fix them.
Yeah.
I'm going to certainly try, and I'm going to follow the protocols and the procedures and try to do everything that I need to do. But
who knows?
This may be the mouth I have forever. And it may continue to cave in as, the holes come together, because I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It's very disheartening, because there's nothing more debilitating than regret if you let it take hold.
Yep.
Because I very much regret the decisions that I've made, but I can't go back in time and change them. All I can do is go forward.
Right. And hopefully that'll be enough.
I hope so. I know the one lady that I was watching after I watched the author, because his book was in her hand in her video, and so she came up next.
Yeah.
And it was when you because it was like from the moment that you wake up, it might have been sugar, your body stops regrowing the enamel. Oh, it was mouthwash and toothpaste. That's what it was. It was mouthwash and toothpaste.
Yeah.
That there are chemicals in there that literally stop the regrowth of your enamel for 10 hours. And most people brush their teeth every 10 hours. So in that time slot, when your teeth should be regrowing the enamel and strengthening back up again, they have stopped doing it completely.
And then you stop it again before it restarts.
I was like, what the hell?
Well.
What the hell?
Wow.
I know. I was like, and there was a chemical that she named. If I think about it, I'll link them both down. If you're really that interested, if your teeth is something that you love, I will link both of them below.
Well, don't get me started on dentists.
Oh, I know, you hate them. But it was just so interesting. And I mean, it's something that we've always talked about. We knew that it was barbaric. We didn't really feel like it was the way that your body was supposed to.
Yeah.
But even the author, he said, most people are afraid of dentists.
Yeah.
He's like, that is your body's natural defense mechanism telling you this is not what you should be doing. I was like, high five.
That's awesome.
I know, it was amazing. So.
One of these days I'll have to share my dentist story.
Oh, I don't know if I want you to. That sounds gross.
Well, it was the first time I ever went to the dentist.
Yeah. You can tell. Since you've never been much on dental hygiene.
Not something my family focused on. I never really brushed my teeth growing up. I know it's going to gross a lot of people out. But the first time I ever went to the dentist and really any type of dental care, I was 15 years old. And I was sent to the dentist, and they gave me x-rays and everything and checked my teeth. And when they were done, the dentist and his assistant cornered me, like hostilely almost, and wanted to know what my teeth routine was, because I had the nicest teeth they'd ever seen. Just bar none, my teeth were the healthiest that they'd ever worked on. And I proceeded to explain to them that I'd never seen a dentist and I never brushed or used mouthwash. And they proceeded to very emphatically explain to me that I could never tell anybody that.
They ask you not to tell them.
Yeah. But please, whatever you do, don't tell people that, because that's not the way it works.
Bull. You know what?
I've been suspicious of dentists since then.
Yeah.
And different people in my family have all gone. I've gone on bad
emergency
teeth.
Occasions, yeah.
But every time they go, within a few months, they wind up with another tooth problem.
Yep.
That I seem to trace back to taking metal objects and scratching against your enamel.
Yep. Well, and they talked about, one of the things he talked about was that you, when they go in there and they have one little black spot, they don't just take that black spot. Just to be sure, they take all the lovely white around that black spot, so the hole is 3 times bigger.
Yep.
And then because they put a foreign object, whether it be the filling or whatever, into that tooth to protect it, quote unquote, it actually
stops any regrowth.
Yeah, it stops the regrowth. The foreign object actually causes it to lose strength and seeps the strength out of it, because it's a foreign object. It doesn't know what to do with, I guess. And without fail, 80% of teeth that have been repaired, quote unquote, have to have a root canal in like 3 years.
Yeah.
In under 3 years. I mean, at that point, just stop doing what you're doing to damage your tooth and it'll be fine.
Right.
But once you have that root canal, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, you just drilled the root out of it.
Yeah, it's gone.
There's no nerve, there's no blood flow, there's no health.
Yep.
And, that's one thing I've learned about recovering from injuries. How quickly you recover is directly determined on how much blood flow you can get to that limb.
True that. And in doctor and dentist defense, I'm going to say this because I feel like it needs to be said. You can only spend so many years telling your patients over and over again, your diet is very important. Stop eating sugar, eat a well-balanced diet, eat whole foods, stop with the processed foods, until you just are blue in the face. And ultimately, these are the things that would change your diet completely. Change your teeth completely.
Change your health.
Change your health, your heart, all of it completely. You know what I did the other day? And I think I mentioned this on a previous video. When you turned the light out the other night when I was in the bath, I was under the water with my, ears. And the last time that I did that, I could hear my irregular heartbeat, and it really freaked me out. And it was probably 2 months into starting keto that I did it. And I knew from previous doctors' appointments that I had an irregular heartbeat. And when I was under the water, I could literally hear it, because of course you can hear your heart when you're under the water like that. That last week when I did that, I listened to my heart. It was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, if all I'm doing is fueling my body with food, I feel sorry for doctors, because my doctors told me a million times that I needed to lose weight. A million times.
But he didn't know how to direct
they don't
you to
teach
do it.
them that. And it's sad, because doctors could have such a wonderful impact on the world if they were taught correctly to just focus on nutrition. Whether people like it or not, focus on nutrition. Tell them it's an addiction. Tell them that these are things that's just like any other drug. I mean, look at Robert's reactions. Look at the fact that literally, and y'all obviously from these conversations know that we've done some pretty heavy drugs in our past, okay? But we know what it's like to come off of these drugs. And if sugar has the same side effects and the same come down as these heavy duty illegal drugs, there is something to be said for that.
Yep.
That is serious.
Nope, no joke.
That is like level whatever narcotic craziness. And it's not regulated at all.
Nope. You can use as much sugar as you want.
So I can only imagine what it's like as a doctor. Because I think they all, I mean, yeah, some of them get in it for money, but most of them get in it because they want to help people.
Yep.
And they can't.
They're not given the tools.
No, not at all.
And a doctor is legally not able to tell you that your diet will cure a disease.
Oh, yeah, they get ran out the building, don't they?
Yep.
Okay, we got to get Sam. This was a long rant, y'all. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one. I hope we taught you something, and check out those videos. They're very interesting. Later.